say good morning to the entire Trial and State, Grenada, Carriacou, Petit Martinique. I was told don't say the Trial and State, I was so let's say good morning to Grenada, the mainland, and our sister isles of Carriacou and Petit Martinique. Let me get that right. Good morning to one and all. Welcome to the mid-morning buzz here on Classic and also on GBN TV. We do have a guest with me this morning. That's Mr. Derrick James. Good morning to you, sir. How are you doing?
Good morning to you, sir. How are you doing? I'm doing fine. I'm doing great.
Oh, man.
Beautiful weather.
Yes. Well, welcome to the Mid-Morning Buzz this morning. And we have something great to talk about this morning. We're talking about pan on the sand. Am I right in terms of how I say that? Is sand, pan, sand? How you think? How are we going along with it?
pan on the sand.
Pan on the sand. All right, great. So tell us about the event coming up and the initiative behind it and so forth. Let the viewing and listening public know about it.
Well, first of all, Pan on the Sand is an initiative by the Grenada Steel Band Association. And this is the second year that we have in Pan on the Sand. A couple of years ago, just as the start of COVID, we had Pan on the Sand on the BBC Beach, Wildwoods Park to be exact. And so this event takes place on the sand in Grand Anse in front of the vendors market. What it is that we're trying to bring Pan to the communities. And we thought that Pan on the Sand was a great initiative to attract the people down to the beaches. And we want to make sure it's not the same Pan on the Sand, meaning that you're playing on a gravel, on a concrete, and so on. It is actually on the sand. And we team up with the Grenada Tourism Association and Spice Mass Corporation to put on this event for the general public. It's a free event. I want to say it from the start. It's a free event. So we want to make sure the people come down and bring the family with them and enjoy some sweet steel band music.
Now, in terms of the bands are going to be, are they going to be all the local bands or just a few of them? Give us a hint of the bands are going to be there.
Well, the Grenada Steel Band Association has 10 registered bands. And this event, we will have 7 bands taking place, participating in this event. So, which tells you that it is an event where all the communities that have bands basically will be represented. From your community, River Road, we have Pan Wizel. We have Melody Warriors. We have Grand Roy Pan Angels, Pan Osea, Angel Harps, Rainbow City All-Star, and of course the champion, Panorama champion, Comancheros. There's 7 bands that will be taking place. Outside of that, we have a number of people who will be soloists will be participating. So somebody will come and play tenor, and some probably will play a double tenor and so on. So outside of the big bands, you have solo events that take place within the event.
All right. Not always you get the option where you get to view steel band being played, except a lot of time, most of the time, it's always due to when it's close to Carnival and so forth. So it's definitely a great initiative, especially when it's time, leading up into Independence and so forth, that is leading up. And so the initiative is certainly be a good one. I certainly hope folks would come out and participate, have a fun-filled time, because it's always good to listen to steel band being played.
Yes, and the thing is that I used to play steel band years ago, and when I was playing steel band, it was more the adults, and we were in our late teens, breaking into the 20s. I used to play pan. But if you look today, there's a lot of children playing pan, more than adults and more than teenagers and so on. So we expect that the parents, the grandparents, the brothers, the sisters will come down and support these children. Because, we are in a good place with Pan in Grenada with the participation of the youngsters playing pan. And so all we want to do now is to make sure that the community support pan. If you look at over the years, Panorama, we have been struggling to really bring out crowds for Panorama. Last year was not a bad year. So we want to start early to promote the pan, to bring the pans to the community. And this is just the start of a number of activities that we will have leading up to Panorama this year. And as you rightly stated, that it's Independence, and we thought it was a good time to come and bring the spirit of independence to the community.
All right. Pan on the Sand, and the certainly is going to be really, really great. I certainly hope the folks will come out and give it to. And you alluded to the fact that, there's a lot of things that youngsters could be getting themselves involved in, and being able to come out play the steel pan is a way of distracting them from the negatives out there in society these days. So coming out and viewing the youngsters play certainly will raise their morale and even encourage their friends who may not be part of a particular steel band to come out and of course get themselves joining the band and loving the particular art form.
Certainly, and I do hope that we'll be able to start something that we're thinking about, start pushing some bands in schools. I mean, in the past, there used to be, like, I don't know if you know, convent used to have a band and other schools used to have bands and so on. And we want to make sure we do that because the culture starts in the school, not just in the secondary school, but also in the primary school and pre-primary schools. So we want to make sure that we could attract these children in the schools and bring them to band, because playing pan is a difficult thing for everybody, for all the players, because it's a lot of hard work to practice. And sometimes children travel very far back and forth to practice and so on. So the support from the community is necessary to give these children that boost. I mean, I know of children playing band since they was like 3 and 4 years old. And I mean, you think about how much parents could bring their children on Sunday to see the band, and how much children could get interested in playing band. It's a good area for development of our young people.
I certainly agree with you there. So I want to thank you once again, James, for being part of us this morning. I'm not sure if there's any final pitch you want to give in terms of encourage folks to come on out and support and make the event a grand one.
But Gary, I want to thank you. I want to thank Joseph. I want to thank GBN for highlighting the event for us. It's a free event, as I said earlier. It takes place on Sunday in front of the vendors market in Granite, right by the cemetery. And we ask you, come out in your numbers, come out to go on the beach, or come out just to hang out with us. It starts from 3 and we will go right on until about 7 o'clock in the evening. And I also want to use the opportunity to thank the Grenada Tourism Authority for co-sponsoring this with the Spice Mass Corporation to help us to bring pan to the sand for our communities. So thank you very much, and I hope I see you down there on Sunday.
Certainly, I will try my best to be there. Thank you once again, and have yourself all the best for the rest of the day, man. Take it easy.
Thank you, sir, and have a great weekend.
All right. That was Mr. Derrick James there, of course. Don't forget, it's Pan on the Sand happening for you. You folks coming out and give it your support. Certainly hope to see you there. That's when we say goodbye for this segment of the Mid-Morning Buzz. That's when we say goodbye for today. Have yourself a good one for those of you viewing via GBN TV and listening via Classic Radio.